Yo, what's cracking YouTube? It's your boy Notorious V. Back after what it's been like a week or two chilling in the cut. Um, just back to speak on a few things. Uncharted 2, it's a very official. Well, let me actually break it down a little bit further than that. Uncharted 2 single player is on point. Stories, all that. You know what I mean? It's a good game, all that. It deserve all the praise and all that. Whatever, whatever. The online multiplayer. Well, first of all, there's two types. On the back of the box, it tells you, it says co-op up to 3 players. So here's the funny part. Like, I'm halfway through the game, right? I think. And on the screen, it's always like at least 2 characters. Maybe every once or twice it's only you by yourself. Other than that, you always with somebody else, at least one other person. So I'm thinking, when they say co-op 3 players, cool. I'm like, oh, we get to go through the story. You know, the parts, all the parts that had that had you playing. You know, with somebody else. Come to find out, the multiplayer co-op is only for. It's kind of like Horde, but with a story. Like, you go to one area, you fight everybody, then you gotta stand in one spot, push a certain button to do this. So it's like a mini. It takes like clips from the story and lets you play it, which is not bad, but it's not co-op like I thought. I'm thinking like Gears of War co-op, where it's kind of like you play through the entire game from beginning to end, every level, everything, as a character in the game. So it's not like that, but it's still fun though. As far as the other multiplayer, I think it's 5-on-5 or 8-on-8 or whatever. It's not my cup of tea. I'm more into the Gears of War Call of Duty style. I mean, it's cool. I like that there's a lot to do, and there's a lot as far as like, you can climb up into a building, or you know what I'm saying, climb on a ledge and shoot down. So it gives it a lot of layers to it, but it feels kind of like too much at sometimes. I don't know if you can even, like, some people may like that, but to me it's like it's kind of too much. It seems like every time you step out, it's like somebody's sitting on a perch somewhere, halfway across the map shooting. And so it's I heard a lot of people complaining that they wanted that feature. That's why they added it. But it's definitely not as thought out as Call of Duty 2. And I know they're two totally different games, but I'm just saying, don't, if you're gonna buy it, don't expect the Uncharted 2 multiplayer to like last you as long as it will. It's one of those, you get on, have fun with it, and you bounce. It's not like how Call of Duty you can play like, for a long period of time, see yourself playing online multiplayer. For me, anyway, that's just my opinion. It wasn't that hot. So yeah, it's a cool game. Story is all. I'm not gonna spoil enough for that, nothing like that for y'all. But it's definitely a tight game. Um, I'm kind of disappointed with the mag beta, and the reason why is because I didn't realize this. Like, what happened was I started the mag beta. First night, got on, have fun. Was having a ball with it. Just chilling. Blah 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 blah. And then I tried to get on the other day, and it was like server not available, and I'm like, why would the server not be available? Like, I'm thinking to myself, is the beta over? Like, you know what I'm saying? I just got it. That's not what it is. What it is that it's only open Monday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. and then from 8 to 12, which kind of bugged me out. Like, I had never seen that before. It was like limited, like 4 hours at a time. Then you got to wait 2 hours and 4 more hours, and then there's no server Saturday or Sunday, so you can't play the game on the weekend. Which was kind of like, okay, so if you have a job or in school, like, you may miss the 1 to 4, and if say if you go out and do your nightlife or whatever, you're gonna miss the 4 to 12. So it's kind of like when the weekend comes, that's when you really want to game, and it's like you can't game on the weekend. So that was kind of corny. As far as the game mag itself, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Yo, why?" But I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I mean, it has its points where it's like, it has 256 players. Like, yeah, I mean, kudos for being able to do that. Because that's not an easy thing to do, is to have 256 players at one time. So definitely kudos and respect for doing that. But the game, like I feared. Hold on, let me plug this in, y'all. It's gonna shake for a minute. Hold on a second. the game, as I feared, is kind of like nobody says anything, and then nobody follows anybody else's instructions when they do talk. Like you four squads, you're supposed to be like, all right, this squad attack the north side gate, this squad do this, and it's just kind of like everybody just goes out and does what they want to do, and then it's like you don't really get clear direction, and it's like the other team basically, if you're invading the other team's building or whatever, the other team all they have to do is sit there and camp. Like there's no strategy to it. It's like, okay, I can sit at this one spot. If I see anybody come over that ridge, I'm shooting them down. It's like it's not that. I don't know. It doesn't have that like, yeah, let's go get it feeling. It's kind of like everybody's. It's like 156 people, 100 however, 128 people, but they're all doing their own thing. So I'm not feeling it on that end. Like I said, if as far as like what it can do, I'm impressed by the technical, 256 players. That's a big step up. But I honestly don't feel they did it right as far as the gameplay mechanic. Like, it looks nice, but as far as like four separate squads running to try to do this, it just feels it's too confusing because nobody's working as a team. And I've played on different servers, different times of day, so it's not like just chilling with certain people that just don't listen. But it's just like I feared, everybody just does their own thing and whatever. But anyway, so that's Mag. I'm going to pick up. What's today? Today is the 21st. So nothing comes out this week. I mean, Borderlands came out, but I haven't heard too much about that, so I wasn't really digging on that. But Ratchet and Clank, Crack in Time comes out. So I'm going to be picking that up. Then you got Left 4 Dead. Then, of course, November 10th, that new Call of Duty. I actually went back and picked up Call of Duty 4 again because just to get ready for the new Call of Duty. And I got to say, I'm super excited about that, Joe. But I just had a few gripes because I had actually convinced my friend and his pops to get a PlayStation 3 in the past week. Like, literally, I just took it to his house. He was like, "Y'all want one?" But some of the things that was disappointing to me was, of course, everybody knows home is not as all that is cracked up to be, whatever. But we all have good Bluetooth headsets. Like, we just bought Bluetooth headsets, really good, nice ones. I got the Motorola H690, and my friend got the it looked like this. If you can see it, it looks like that. And my friend got a different one too. And when we go into home, when I speak, like it lags so badly, like I can hear myself 10 seconds later on his mic. And it's just really horrible, So that's just the point. But when you're in the game, you don't hear lag at all. But it's just like at home has a lot of lag. But anyway, as I was demonstrating it to them, Blu-ray, the Wi-Fi, the free online stuff, they noticed a lot of features that the Xbox had, because they both have Xbox 360. They noticed features that the Xbox had that were kind of like, oh, well, why doesn't this have it? And I was like, I didn't have an answer. I was just like, they're just not doing it. Like for instance, we gave props to PS3 for having the dynamic themes, which is pretty much this. And the funny thing is, it was like, oh, he was like, all right, cool. I was like, he was like, how long has it been out? I was like, maybe a month or two had been out yet, maybe just a month. But it's the same 5 themes. It's like they introduced it as this big thing, like coming out, dynamic themes, so everybody was hyped, like, oh, for real, and then they only have 5. You know what I'm saying? It's the same 5, and it's not even an interesting 5. Like, this one right here, Africa, is not from the U.S. store, so not that it's hard to create a different account, but it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, why boost something so hype and then not have anything to support it? You know what I'm saying? Like, they should have had, all their new games should have had dynamic themes. Like, how hard is it to do dynamic themes? So stay tuned. I got a little bit more to yap about, and then I'm out.